the best thing to be a Muslim is that you can pray and you can do fasting and you can you don't like do bad things, or you don't like bully people if you're Muslims. Even if you are a Muslim and you're doing something, and when you do something that you like, pretend somebody is bullying somebody, that means that person is not a good Muslim, okay? And even if you are a Christian and want to turn to a Muslim, that you have to you don't stay what you were. You have to be sensible and you have to pray, just like the other Muslim people do. And this, my mother's told me the story that this lady, she wanted to become a Muslim, but the other lady said you have to go and have a bath, because that, do you know what it means? You're going to every bad deed you're gonna have, that is gonna all go off.
When all of us Muslim girls or sisters are all standing together, you feel a lot more confident being a Muslim, because you know that they're all around here. We call it an ummah, which is like a unity. We're all together. They'll stand up for each other. We'll be together and we'll walk around proud of our religion. It's a lot harder when you're by yourself, especially going out by yourself with your hijab on, and people are always looking at you, and you feel very intimidated and you feel quite afraid, because there's so many people looking at you and making side remarks at times as well. But I think that when you walk around with people, you don't really seem to care what other people are saying. You kind of ignore the comment, because it doesn't matter what they think. It's our lives, and we're the ones that are going to be judged for it after, in the next life. So it's up to us to make sure that we carry on being good Muslims.
If you compare a Muslim woman to a Western woman, people actually see Western women as the one with all the freedom, the one with independence, but a Muslim woman with her hijab on is her identity. And when a Muslim man sees her, he has so much respect for her, thinking that she's there, she's showing her pride, she's proud of herself. So they're treated with respect, they know their boundaries. Whereas with a Western woman such as Clement, because she's exposing herself to the world, Western men don't have any respect for her, because she's giving it all away. If she don't have respect for herself, then how do they expect to have respect for the women, the men? So
the hijab gives us our modesty, and it earns us respect, because we don't feel that we have to display our body and our flesh just to be respected and just to belong to a community. Actually, displaying your flesh is giving away your respect, and you're not earning anything, because people just see you as you're just some meat displaying to all those people. We want to cover ourselves, we want to keep our modesty, and we want to be respected as Muslims, and that's really important for us as Muslim women. I think that women that think that you get pride out of wearing short skirts and short tops, I don't think there's any pride in that, because what is the point of showing yourself to everyone? Why do you do it? What pleasures do you get out of it, except for giving your respect away?
Well, the reaction I got when I first started wearing the headscarf was, unfortunately, it wasn't a very positive one, because the area I lived in, I was the only non-white person there, so to them, a person who was really different from them and who wore a headscarf was, something that they weren't used to. So a few of the children made, a couple of nasty remarks like, why are you wearing a nappy on your head, and have you gone bald, and things like that. So that wasn't very encouraging. And at one point, my mum said, look, you're still young, you don't really have to wear it, why don't you take it off? But I'm a very stubborn person, so I said, no way, I'm not going to let a bunch of idiots stop me doing what I want to do. So, in the first year it was quite difficult, but then we moved to an area where it was more ethnically diverse, and I didn't stick out like a sore thumb like I did before, so I don't think I got any bad reactions after that. But once on the bus, this older woman came to me and she said to me, oh, you poor, poor thing. And I said, oh, why? She goes, oh, look at you, so oppressed. And, you have to wear this, horrible thing on your head, and your dad must really oppress you. And why are you in a religion that oppresses women? And she thought that by saying this, that this was the way I felt. So I sat her down and I tried to explain to her that Islam doesn't oppress women, but she still had the idea in her mind that my dad's going to send me back to my country to be forced into marrying someone that I didn't want to. All the very negatively stereotypical images that some people have of Muslim women in this country.
In the Prophet's time, before Islam was introduced, before the revelation came, Arab girls, young girls, when they were born, it was seen as such a sad thing to happen. The dad was so upset, and he just wanted his son. They didn't realise that women were the ones that were going to produce in the future. And, the whole nation would wear out if they carried on degrading women. They used to bury their female infants alive, and they didn't feel sadness that they were burying their child. When the Prophet came, the Prophet forbid this straight away, because Allah told us that every human life is valuable and we're all important, and women are especially important because without women you will never have another generation born. And so when the Prophet came, he forbade all this, and all the Muslim girls were then okay and they were left to live.
Islam doesn't repress women at all. Women in Islam are very valued and they're seen as something very respectable. The woman was made from Adam's rib, meaning, and if you bend a rib, you break it. So if that's how a husband or any member of a family, like your brother or someone, should look after his wife or his sister or something, because she's that precious. You have a pearl, you wouldn't leave it out in the sunlight or anything because it'll get damaged. You would put it in a nice velvet box. That's how a woman should be treated. She is the foundation of an ummah or a family. She produces children and she has to educate her children. She has to be an image to another woman. If a woman has to be educated, a woman can work, a woman can be independent. Islam doesn't say that women have to be at home 24/7, cooking, cleaning, looking after the children. That's it. No, it doesn't say that. Women have a right. The Prophet ﷺ's wife, Aisha, she used to teach women. She used to do dawah to other women. She is our example. So if the Prophet's wife did it, why can't women in today's society, why can't they do it? They can. It doesn't say anywhere in the Quran that a woman cannot be educated. A woman, in some people's views, in some scholars' views, is that a woman should be educated so that she could read the Quran, read the Arabic, and teach another person. When that woman dies, if her dawah was successful and that one passes to another, that bit of information has been spread and she'll be rewarded for that.
There is a sense of humour in Islam, but there is a limit to it. We like to joke with people, we like to have fun, but there's a limit because we have to make sure we don't lean on to backbiting or slandering about people or insulting people, because that is haram in Islam and we will be given sins for that. But we can joke around, we can have fun, we can laugh, as long as we make sure we're still keeping faith. And it's important that we don't get too overexcited, because as women we have to control ourselves in front of men. If we start laughing really loud, we're going to attract attention. And the whole point of us covering ourselves is to not have attention on us and not let men, keep looking at us. So if you're wearing a scarf and jilbab and you're walking down the street and suddenly you start laughing really, really loud, obviously you're going to attract attention and men are going to turn around to look at you, and that is forbidden in Islam. So you're getting yourself bad deeds and you're going to get the man bad deeds because they just looked at you. So you have to try to be careful at where you go and which boundaries you cross. I view heaven as the real life. This life on earth is just a short test from our Lord, and we're just being judged by Him. And He's testing us to see if we keep faith in Him and if we believe. And if we pass that test, then we will go to heaven, inshallah. Because heaven is the real life. It's not going to ever finish. We'll live happily there forever. And so this life is so short compared to what heaven is like, because it's going to end so quickly, and we just have to try to restrain ourselves from the evils and the temptations of the shaitan and make sure that we stay pious and keep keeping faith in Allah, and then inshallah we'll be rewarded.